I recently discovered a way to move the camera in Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 4, which is one of my favorite story-based games of recent. Combining that with prior knowledge of how to modify the game engine in order to remove things like collisions, I decided it would be fun to make a series where I go through the game and see what you aren't supposed to see. Due to the very linear nature of these games, there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover, so I'm going to split it up into multiple parts per episode. On the main title screen, there is an animated background. This background is, unsurprisingly, a 3D environment. However, the black door you are looking through is just a 2D flat plane. The camera let me move that one time, but it wouldn't let me do it after that, so you'll have to take my word for it. The episode selection screen is also a mix between 2D and 3D objects. The background is just a flat plane, with a separate flat plane to represent the piece of the railing that renders in front of Clementine. Clementine, AJ, the tree of the tire swing, and the grass are all part of a 3D environment. This is all rendered behind another flat plane, which contains the black mask you see around everything. The story builder sequence at the beginning of episode 1 is made out of a bunch of flat planes. Most of the animation work is actually just done by moving the camera. For objects that have individual parts that move, each part is actually its own flat plane with its own texture. Interestingly, the choice buttons are also positioned in 3D space, instead of just being rendered as UI elements.
You can never save everyone. The living were just as dangerous as the dead. A woman in our group named Lily lost her dad, and then she just couldn't cope. She took the life that Lee saved. Lee left her on the side of the road. Lee taught me how to survive. He protected me as long as he could, but he got bit because of me. And even in the end, he was still teaching.
Keep that hair short. Just not worth the risk.
Lee wouldn't make it. He knew it was the end. He made one final request. He asked me to shoot him. And I did. I met another group after that. Broken people, running from their past. There was a woman who gave birth to a boy named Alvin Jr. AJ, he made it. But the mom didn't. And I started to take care of him. But then, Jane left AJ in the snow. We thought he was gone forever. That was the last straw for Kenny. And without Lee around, I had to make the call. I couldn't. And Kenny killed Jane. It turned out AJ was alive, Jane hid him to make a point. Knowing what they'd done, I still decided we were better together, for AJ's sake, but like everything else, it wouldn't last. AJ and I traveled to a new frontier. I thought we'd found something that worked, but I was wrong again. They took AJ from me, said I was too young to take care of him. I fought back, but I wasn't strong enough. I searched for a long time. Just when I gave up, hope, I found him. We're searching together now for a place we can call home. I'm all AJ has. He's all I have, and I'll protect him with my life, just like Lee did for me.
In the first scene of the game, you see a view of the road with a walker crawling on screen. Until Clementine's car is shown on screen, it's actually just sitting still at the edge of the map, with Clem and AJ in their default standing idle poses. You can also see the disco broccoli, the magazine, and the snack bag under the seats. As soon as Clementine's car is about to appear on screen, it teleports into place and begins the animation. Once you get to the part where you're inside the car talking to AJ, the car stops moving and the environment swaps out for a piece of scenery that loops. The environment moves while the car stands still. There's some small houses and stuff that you won't really see in game. Obviously, there is nothing inside of them. As you can see, AJ is not actually holding his gun. You'll notice AJ's position changes quite often. This typically happens when the camera angle changes in order to make AJ more visible to the camera at that given moment.
Don't. It's getting on my nerves.
I don't like goofball. You're a shitbird.
What's wrong? AJ?
Hungry.
It'll take your mind off your stomach.
Preheat oven. Place cream. Vanilla beans. into a saucepan and bring to a boil.
On second thought, never mind. That's only gonna make you hungrier. Here you go. About all.
There's actually nothing inside the snack
Oh, God.
bag.
What about you?
When the car arrives at the train station, you'll notice the car changes position seemingly randomly. This is again to accommodate the camera angle
We
changes.
gonna do it?
Think so.
Looks clear.
We're doing it.
Before entering the station, the walkers inside are not rendered, just leaving their tape, the note, and the poison rendered. Under the floor hatch, there's actually a lot more food being rendered than you will see. During this scene, you'll notice a lot of walkers teleporting in and out of the area. And during the scene where you have to change the shifter, they're not rendered at all.
AJ, buckle up!
You'll see Marlin's full body rescue AJ, but it's tinted darker to make it harder to see to the player. The intro sequence is made mostly of flat planes, but the character models are 3D. These character models use their ink versions of the textures, which are typically just used to determine where the lines on their characters are. Clementine's dorm room and the hallway around it is all part of one scene. The courtyard is just a couple of trees and some grass. Through the windows are just curved flat planes with images of what the exterior looks like. When Ten starts walking, his movement seems a little odd. That's because the camera's only looking at his feet, so they only bother to animate the legs. When the camera pans up, it will start to animate the rest of his body.
How about you?
Marlon, of course, only appears on screen when the camera shows him.
We're not gonna hurt you. We've got your boy, he's safe. I'll take you to see him.
How do I know you're telling the truth? Prove it. Show him to me.
Trust. I'm Marlon.
When the camera is pointed away from Clementine, they'll hide her in order to place the camera there without putting her in the way.
He, doesn't talk much.
Clementine.
Sorry about locking the door and tying you to the bed and all. You were in pretty rough shape when we found you. We had to take precautions, you know, just in case.
Since you're not supposed to be seeing them walk off screen, their movement looks kind of buggy. Before Willie and Omar are shown on screen, they are just in a frozen pose waiting to be shown. The couch disappears in order to accommodate the camera's position.
Telltale used to be a school. Now it's whatever we want it to be.
And who's in charge?
Well, I am. It probably sounds strange, kids run by a kid, but we do all right for ourselves. We've got good walls, good defenses, and a good location too. No one really comes out this way anymore.
Huh.
Welcome to Erickson's boarding school for troubled youth. You and your boy, feels like you both fit that description. I'm just speculating, seeing how you threatened Willie. Yo! Marlon!
Willie is a liar, there are no walkers.
We got walkers on the fence! Shit, I need to take care of this. Knowing Willie, it's probably 2 grandma walkers and an angry squirrel. You got bigger fish. The kid's inside. Think he's with Lewis.
Lewis?
Oh, right. Just listen for the music. You'll find him. Hey, get a move on, Willie! Where's your damn weapon?
The lobby, the piano room, and Marlon's office are all part of one scene. As with the dorm rooms, the exterior is just shown using some curved flat planes. Like I said at the beginning of the video, due to the nature of these games, these videos would be quite long if I included the entire episode in one video. So I'm going to split them up into multiple. This is where I'm going to end this video off. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe if you're interested in more of this stuff.